Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about why it is so important to dopamine fast. Now, I made a video about this in the past, and I've done a very brief analysis of the topic and my one-day experience with it. But today I'm going to talk about why it's important and how it connects to how we live as modern humans. So basically, what a dopamine fast is, if you don't really know much about it, it's basically the abstinence from all material stimulations, including, these are things that include food, music, TV, extreme exercise, being around people, drugs, etc., right? So we live high-paced lives, right? We live fast-paced lives, hyper-masculine, right? So we are always out there, we're always go-getters, right? We're always working. We're always trying to get more money, put on more muscle, work out more, right? Achieve more. This idea of more, right? And so this is great. This is cool. It's part of the human predicament, the game we play, right? Where, we have to do these things to survive, right? And so basically we become hyper-stimulated as a result, meaning since we're in the habit of doing, right, we just continue doing. So if you come home from work, right, after, a long day of labor or whatever, you're going to want to watch TV and stimulate yourself or do other things, right? And so when we take a step back and we deny all of those stimulations, those things that entertain us per se, we start to realize that life isn't just about those things. Life isn't just about entertaining ourselves and achieving more all the time, right? There's a masculine side to life, right? In which we're out there getting it. We're out there, making money, working out, doing well in business or whatever, achieving, striving, right? And then there's the more feminine side, which includes, which kind of revolves around relaxing, resting, reflection, contemplation, right? And so I think as men, I don't know, maybe for women too, but as men, we're hyper masculine, right? We're 80% masculine, most of us. So we have to balance our masculine side with our feminine side, because we can burn out. We can just, go so hard. You can only, here's the thing, you can only go so hard for so long before eventually you just freaking collapse. Meaning, you just hit the wall and you're just burnt out and you're just like, what the hell was that all about? And so what a dopamine fast really, really teaches you is it teaches you that you need to really take time to step back. And when you take time to step back, you start to feel more joyful. You start to feel like, right? You start to feel like it's a weight off your shoulder. There's a weight that's been lifted off your shoulder. And that's basically, that weight is the go-getter mentality, the egotistical drive for more, right? And so this can almost be analogous to, I don't know what the hell that was. How you get home from work or a long day or whatever, and you have your socks on, you take your socks off, and it's like, it's just a huge relief, right? The same can be said for, a long work week. Like for me, I've been working 6 days in a row. I don't know, what was it, grasshopper? Sorry about that. I've been working 6 days a week, right? So today's my day off, right? And these days where I don't have anything going on, I could go work again, right? Like I could go to work again if I really wanted to. I could go to the gym, I could go do whatever, right? But I know that I've started to realize the cycles of life are not suitable for the constant go-getter mentality and way of being, right? And so what this offers us, what this dopamine fast offers us, particularly in modern culture, is the ability to realize the importance of having a more feminine side. Now that sounds very pussy-like or soft, right? They'll say, "Oh, why are you being a bitch? Go out there and go get it. Why are you being soft?" Because that's, all these motivational speakers like, Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas, Goggins, Gary Vee, I like them. I think they have valuable content, and I'm glad they are spreading truth. But we honestly are missing and neglecting in a very important way of being in our culture. And we think that, back in hunter-gatherer times, that they were always hunting and they were always, life was tough and whatever, right? But actually, I'm reading this book right now called The Ascent of Humanity by Charles Eisenstein, and basically he cites anthropological studies that show that they actually had more leisure time than we do as modern humans. So they would spend more time camping around the fire. They would spend more time just laying around, right? Not saying that they were lazy, but they weren't as stressed out as we are today, right? Because of, the whole the invention of technology, and how we're just, outside of work, we're still doing things on our phone, right? We're still doing, right? We're on Instagram, we're scrolling, we're watching videos, we're texting people, we're FaceTiming, we're playing video games, we're doing, right? We're doing on technology. They didn't have technology, right? So they had more periodic times of leisure, of just being, right? And that's something we've forgotten. And like I said, as modern humans, we have to start to... I'm not saying we have to go back to a more primitive time where we're just laying around all the time. Like, I think there's a time and place for leisure, right? But we have to fit it into our busy schedules. That's my point. Because if we don't, again, we're just gonna feel like we're just going through life, and we're going. But it's like, what for? You know what I mean? And it's that balance, right? Because what does balance mean? We think that balance means, 50-50. I'm 50% eating healthy. I'm 50% eating like shit. No, it's really, what balance is if you think about it, right? Let's say you're walking on like a tightrope across a canyon or whatever, right? If you're leaning all the way to the left or very close to the left, you got to balance yourself back to the middle, right? Vice versa. If you're leaning to the right, you're going to have to balance yourself back to the middle. And so we have to balance ourselves, from the constant doing back to the non-doing, to the being, right? And this isn't a very popular idea in our culture right now, because like I said, the advent of technology and the constant, especially America, right, where we're business driven, we're profit oriented, it's very not so popular and mainstream to bring up this subject, and it's not very the ego doesn't really want to hear that, because your ego is created to achieve, to do, to become, to accomplish, right? So when you have a guy like me or these other, people that are more centered around nature, more centered around, rest, recuperation, right? It's not very pleasant to hear this, but it's very essential for everyone, right? This doesn't just go for me or for some people. We are all human. We all need to take a step back. I work with someone who is very hypermasculine. He works like 10 to 12 hours every day. But even him, he has days where he's just like, man, I wish I could spend more time just with myself, just being, right? And so whatever you have to do to incorporate more leisure, more time to contemplate, reflect, make sure you do that, because if you're in that constant egotistical state of more, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to wonder what the hell you're doing, why you're being a maniac, and it's just not going to be very suitable for living a more peaceful, joyful, happy life. So I think that you guys get the message. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. And if you have any comments, recommendations, or anything regarding this topic or anything else, feel free to leave it down below, and I will do my best to get back to you. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.